Welcome to the Sales Lead Dog Podcast, hosted by CRM technology and sales process expert Christopher Smith, talking with sales leaders that have separated themselves from the rest of the pack. Listen to find out how the best of the best achieve success with their team and CRM technology. And remember, unless you are the lead dog, the view never changes.
Welcome to a special episode of Sales Lead Dog. Joining me today is Drew Regan. Drew is the Principal Business Program Manager at Microsoft. Drew, welcome to Sales Lead Dog.
Man, good to be here, Chris. I've enjoyed
I'm excited
our conversations.
for today's conversation. I think this is going to be a conversation really helpful to our listeners to really understand this wave of AI that's coming that they need to prepare for and understand deeply.
Yeah, it's a pretty exciting time for everybody. I think it's going to be truly transformational.
Yeah.
And I'm just really excited to be a part of it right now. And in the right place to help, support our customers throughout the world in this transformation. So really excited.
It's crazy. I've been doing CRM for almost 20 years now. And prior to that, it was ERP. I've never seen anything like this, and it truly is exciting to be a part of this, the beginning of all of this. It's I kind of wish I was younger, so I could be around to see where this is going in 10 or 15 years.
It definitely just the start of it all. So it'll be interesting to see how things change in a year because it's moving that fast, or 2 years or 5 years, if one can imagine and think that far out.
Yeah. So if you don't know who Drew is, Drew spent 14 years at Salesforce. He was a regional vice president of high-tech enterprise for Salesforce. Now he's been at Microsoft for about 4 months or so. What's behind this transition for you in your career to shift from Salesforce to Microsoft?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'll jump right into it. What really helped me make the decision to make the change was really driven around what we talked about, this next wave of innovation in AI, in the technology that supports those consumers of AI, from the individual users to, broad enterprise customers, global enterprise customers, and really like the fundamental shift in how people think about their day-to-day work and how AI can augment that, create a bunch of time savings, drive productivity gains. I try to demystify this thing called AI, and I try to equate it to, can this produce some sort of tangible time savings in your everyday workload? So to answer your question, Microsoft, it jumped out to me that Microsoft truly has the best global enterprise platform at scale across the entire tech landscape. And what I mean by that is Microsoft has significant relationships with our customers, and those customers use our tech stack broadly. And if you think about it from just an applications perspective, most customers use Azure, they use Outlook, they use Teams, they use PowerPoint, Word, Excel, they use, SharePoint, they use Dynamics. Well, all of that data lives on those applications which reside on the Microsoft platform. And if data is the fuel for AI productivity, we need to consolidate that data, bring that data together on a platform so we can drive productivity gains for the business. As opposed to patching together silos of data, is what I talk to customers about a lot, is reducing the number of silos, consolidation of data onto a platform so we can simplify the tech landscape, surface data to fuel agentic scenarios, however you want to call that, to produce ultimately time savings, productivity gains, efficiency, et cetera, in their day-to-day work. And Microsoft is the only provider in the world that truly has that end-to-end enterprise AI platform. So really excited to be a part of this. And I feel like I landed in the right spot and excited to be here.
Oh yeah, no, it's incredible. And that I think you summed that up really well. When I'm talking to people about CRM, I really try to help them understand that you have to broaden your view beyond the application itself to, there's always, for decades, we've been talking about single source of truth and 360-degree
Yeah,
view of the customer, all of this, and that's CRM. That's not really true the past couple of decades. We've always been able to get sections of that promise, or portions of it, but never true 360-degree view because it's really, really hard to do when you have all these data silos across the enterprise. And so how
yeah,
do I truly capture that information? I mean, it takes a lot of work to move that data around to get it and create it to where it's truly useful and actionable for your sales team to help drive revenue, to drive action, to
yeah.
move things forward. It's incredibly hard to do.
It is.
AI has completely shifted that whole approach.
Absolutely. Uh, think of it as a true platform approach, leveraging the power of your applications that live on that platform. So when I talk to customers every day around the world, it's about just consolidating those, breaking down those data silos, consolidation of data, bringing it all together, but not just for your salespeople. I mean, your salespeople work hand in hand with your customer service people, with your field service people, with all the customer facing, entities around your business. They all need to consume data. And the best, the way Microsoft thinks about it is we're driving differentiated experiences for all the consumers of that data through a whole new way of working, through talking to agents, having an interaction with an agent to help them streamline their business process, right? And for the first time in my career, it's actually a two-way. It's a two-way conversation. So it's a conversation of value for those consumers of data. What I mean by that is they instead of hunting and pecking in kind of a legacy CRM system where they're searching for data, now agents are actually delivering that data to the user,
Yes.
sales service, field service, where they live, where they need to be, on whatever device they need to have, their laptop, their cell phone, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
The agent is serving that, and the consumer is having a two-way interaction. And Copilot is now telling them, have you considered this? Have you considered doing it this way? Like that's legacy CRM to modern intelligent CRM, where the system is actually adding value to your day-to-day life
Oh yeah.
by providing guidance and recommendations contextually based on the data that lives on that platform.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Hey, we're taking a quick break to thank you for listening to and supporting the Sales Lead Dog podcast. I want to take a moment and tell you about my book, CRM Shouldn't Suck. If your CRM feels more like a black hole for data than something that actually helps your team sell, you're not alone. The book breaks down why CRMs fail for so many businesses and what you can do about it. No fluff, just real strategies that work. So go to crmshouldn'tsuck.com to order your free copy right now. That's right, we're giving it away. And while you're there, take 2 minutes to check out the CRM Impact Score. It's a quick diagnostic that shows you how your CRM is really performing, where it's helping you and where it's hurting you. You'll get a personalized report with clear, actionable next steps you can start right away to maximize your CRM investment. We've also got blogs, videos, and a bunch of other resources to help you finally get the results you were promised when you bought your CRM. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes of Sales Lead Dog. Okay, let's get back to this episode of the Sales Lead Dog podcast.
Oh, totally. To put this, I'm gonna kind of shift this a little bit in the way I'm hoping people can understand in terms of their normal day. What we're
Yeah.
talking about, when we're talking about agents, is that so when I'm on a selling call, and my day's full. I'm going from appointment to appointment to appointment. The way it's been for 20 years is at the end of my day, I have to spend 2 hours trying to get
Ugh.
all that information into CRM. And God, like, what did we talk about at 8 a.m. this morning? I'm so tired. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to cobble it together the best I can. Those are 2 hours I'm not spending with my family. It's
Yeah.
not 2 hours I'm using to decompress, maybe go to the gym, whatever, to prepare for the next day.
Yeah.
It makes for long days. And what ends up happening, the reality is um, your data in your CRM is weak. It's
Hmm.
incomplete. It's got gaps. It's got holes. And that's why I wrote this book, CRM Shouldn't Suck, is
Yeah.
because the data in CRM is weak because you're relying on the human to do it. And there's just
Hmm.
so much that we can do. With agents, the agent's capturing all that information from that call. It's got the transcription from our Teams call. It's formatting that into the structure that you want, and it's capturing the information and pushing that data into CRM and generating the follow-up email in a great format to the participants of the meeting. So within minutes of that meeting being done, the agent's pushing all that out, making me
Yeah.
look like a rock star to my customer, and I'm moving on to my next appointment. At the end of my day, I've got those 2 hours I used to spend trying to get shit in CRM, getting stuff into CRM.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
I've got that time with my family, whatever it is I want to do. That's what we're talking about with agents.
Yeah. I had a I had an enterprise large customer tell me once. This is wild to me. Their reps, well, first of all, the old phrase is Sunday is the most productive day for a seller because that's when they update all their activity notes in CRM.
Yeah,
But I had a customer tell me that almost all of their reps block off 2 to 3 hours every Friday afternoon
yeah,
so they can log their CRM notes, which is of no value to them, but
right.
it's part of the process, so they have to do it.
Yep,
They log all their CRM notes Friday afternoon. So Monday morning, when their management runs a report on activity, they show as a top performer.
yes,
So therefore, they're starting the week
yeah,
in a good light.
yeah,
And let's face it, legacy CRM applications, they're designed to run reports and identify the low performers, identify the high performers. Hopefully, the good managers will leverage the qualities of the high performers to try to coach the low performers into
yeah,
a better state.
yeah,
But they spend hours logging all of that activity in CRM as
yeah,
opposed to doing it on the fly.
yeah,
And used a great example. It's so funny. My new world here at Microsoft, I get on customer calls. I'm on calls 8 hours a day. And I did the same thing as you, Chris. I'd be logging activities in CRM from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., depending on when I needed to catch up, follow up emails, et cetera. Now my meetings run from 10 o'clock to 10:25 because the meeting is recorded or transcribed in Teams.
yeah,
That transcription then immediately goes over to Outlook, where an agent queues up a follow-up email automatically and suggests next steps based on the transcription of that meeting. I review that email to say, thank you. We talked about all these things and we agreed to talk at next Thursday at 3 o'clock. I review it, tweak it, send. It queues up a meeting invite for next Thursday at 3 o'clock. I
yeah,
review it, tweak it, send. The transcription from Teams that was carried over to Outlook then goes into CRM as a logged call with
yeah,
all my meeting notes, all my next steps, and
yep,
it's done automatically.
yep,
And I do that between 10:25 and 10:30. So I'm done with my follow-up. I've got my next step scheduled.
yep,
I've logged my CRM notes.
yep,
And then I immediately jump into my 10:30 call, which takes me to 10:55, and I take 5 minutes, and I'm ready for my 11 o'clock call. That's demystify AI. AI is really about time savings, productivity gains. That's massive productivity gains.
Yep.
So if you think about the 2 to 3 hours that you were spent logging activity notes in CRM, that is of no value to me. It's just I'm doing it because it's my part, my role, it's my responsibility.
Yep.
You're removing that from your week. And what I talk to customers about is think about how much more time the people that you put in place, that you hired to be in front of customers, think about how much more time that gives them on a weekly basis to be in front of customers, not administrating legacy CRM.
Yeah.
Everything's being automated.
Yeah.
And the only way that's possible is all those applications live on platform, and you're removing integrations, you're removing data silos, you're removing complexity in your tech stack. So you can provide a differentiated experience for your users.
Yep. That's key, that complexity in your tech stack. Full disclosure, my company, Impeller CRM, we implement Dynamics CRM, Dynamics 365, and we implement Salesforce. And from my perspective, which is the same perspective of the IT departments of companies across around the world, there's a huge difference when it comes to Microsoft because they control everything. It truly is an ecosystem. It just works. It's easy. They've stripped the complexity out of it. Compared to when I was doing this 10 years ago, 20 years ago, God, it was so hard to set this stuff up and administer. It was painful. But now Microsoft has stripped that all away to literally to integrate Teams, to integrate SharePoint. We just turn switches. We flip switches. We're done. We're moving on to something that's going to add value and for our customers. That's what we're talking about. Is you got to strip away that complexity. Understanding as a sales leader, you need to understand the tech stack and the decisions you're making around the tech stack for sales and marketing. You truly want that single platform so that AI now can come in and connect all this stuff and truly eliminate those barriers, because it truly is all about your data. Data is the foundation that you're building all of this on top of. And if you're making it hard to get to that data, you're going to struggle in this tidal wave that's coming. You're going to be struggling to get to the surface to breathe. You're going to be sucked under, and good luck.
They're native applications that live within platform. So one of the biggest challenges I have in working with customers is IT organizations love this. They get this. They want to reduce the complexity of their tech stack. They want to limit tech sprawl. Yes. They want to consolidate because they've been charged by their leadership and even at a board level to consolidate so we can leverage the power of data to produce automation with AI. Okay. The challenge that I face is that business stakeholders don't always get engaged in these types of conversation because it's perceived as it's a tech, it's an IT type conversation. It's not. It's a conversation that ultimately drives big gains, big wins for your selling organization, for your service organization, just very simply put, in the area of time savings. Yep. So the business user should always, or the IT stakeholder that wants to reduce tech stack should always have a business stakeholder that has equal value in this change to Microsoft, in this application consolidation, because it is not just an IT conversation. It's a business process. It's a business experience conversation. Yeah. So we need more business leaders, more sales leaders to actually understand the power of data in driving differentiated experiences for your users. Yep. Because it's meaningful. That's and right. If, again, back to time savings, if Chris isn't spending, 4 or 5 hours on Friday afternoon logging CRM notes, that means Chris can spend more time with customers.
That's right. That's literally what it's a numbers thing, right? Yeah. If I'm freeing up 4 hours a week, I'm giving my sales team extra weeks to go sell throughout the year. It's incredible what you're going to be able to do with that when you really just sit down and do simple math.
It has immediate revenue applications or implications.
Yeah.
So if your seller has 5 more customer calls per week, and maybe they're only winning at 20%. So one out of those fives turns into a converted deal. That's revenue implications that you didn't have before because that seller was spending his time working in CRM.
Right.
Now,
Right.
now even one out of five, they're closing one more deal a week.
Yeah.
That's a meaningful revenue improvement. So
Yeah.
that's why business stakeholders have to take part as a partnership with IT.
Yep.
Don't, partner with IT. It's a benefit to IT. It's a benefit to the business. It's a new way of working, and your users will expect this type of experience.
Yep.
Another thing we talk about is,
Yep.
The people today, the younger generations coming through college and grad school, they use Chat GPT. They expect that type of experience in their personal life.
Yes.
So they can be more productive, so they can accomplish their tasks, so they can write their papers, so they can accomplish what they need to be successful. They've grown to expect that type of agent experience in their personal life. They will expect that same experience, their co-pilot personal assistant experience in their professional life.
Yeah.
And
the
now
reality
co-pilot
is,
yeah.
This is going to be the new reality that, hey, if I'm going to a place that's got this all figured out, has this leveraged, and then I'm thinking like, hey, maybe it's time for me to move on to my next step in my career ladder. That's going to be a key part that I'm evaluating when I'm looking at opportunities, because there's no way I'm going to go back to the old days where I'm spending 4 hours a week typing in my activity notes. Screw that.
Wouldn't it?
No,
Like if you're
no one
looking
is going
for
to do that. They're going to,
if you're
that's going to
looking
be
for a
part of,
job,
that's going to be just table stakes. Like, you better have this figured out, or I'm sorry, I'm not going to join your organization.
technology should be a consideration because the technology influences your productivity and your ultimately your success at that organization.
That's right.
It
It's
plays a
impacting
major
my
part.
wallet. If
Mm-hmm.
you've got crap technology, it's impacting my wallet. I mean, I'm talking to a prospect right now where their IT team told me, look, our sales team, like, we're the people that are coming into our organization are expecting a certain level of technology. We don't have it. It's a real issue for us. We need to address this issue. This is happening today. It's only going to get more impactful with the impact of AI. And one thing that I've been, when we sell CRM, and I talk about this in my book, CRM, when it's done correctly, should be the central hub of your business, connecting anything customer related, and it should be surfaced within your CRM. And when that happens, CRM is not technology anymore. It's a business strategy that you can leverage to drive growth. That's truly what we're talking about. And AI really makes that true in real now.
Yeah.
It's a business
it's amazing.
strategy. It's not tech anymore. And that's why sales leaders need to get involved with this.
100% why sales leaders need to be involved. I've had customers tell me, oh, AI, we're not innovators. We're kind of old school. Our users are old school. They won't understand agents. They won't understand AI. Okay, so demystify that. Flip that to what kind of experience is the nirvana of experiences for all of your users. Then you kind of remove the whole AI and prompt and LLM language. You remove that, you take that out of the conversation, and you talk about the experience that you can deliver wherever that user may live. And we're not talking about just salespeople. Salespeople, yeah, they can talk to a phone and take meeting notes and all that great stuff. But think about field service users. Think about people who are out in the field, working on heavy machinery in 100-degree heat. They're not going to open a laptop at the end to close that case.
Right.
They're going to talk to an agent on their cell phone. We're doing this now, actually. Yeah. Talk to an agent on their cell phone. That agent is going to take the dialogue, make it more eloquent, move it into CRM as a case wrap up for the service rep, the dispatcher to access. And now all of a sudden, since all that data lives on platform, that just becomes more valuable data about that piece of machinery getting fixed within an hour and meeting that response time. That data then flows to the salesperson. And that salesperson knows that they're going into a customer that's overly pleased with the service that they're experiencing, which again drives trust and credibility with that organization, so they can drive more revenue and expand their partnership with that organization.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
It's nuts and bolts kind of things that we're talking
Yeah.
about. I think people
Yeah.
get scared with AI thinking it's something super futuristic, and it is. There is that element to it. But the
Yeah.
way it's being applied, the reality of it, it's very nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
It's small little things that are having huge impacts.
Yeah.
Because once you start connecting all these agents together, so they're truly working together, it is absolutely transformative.
And again, that gets scary for a lot of folks who are not self-proclaimed innovators. So demystify that, turn that into a conversation around, all right, well, tell me about your business. What do your people do? You know, how do you make money? That's a great way to put it.
Right.
How do you make money for your business? Tell me about what your users do on a daily basis. And it leads to a conversation of, well, wouldn't this be great if we could do this, if we could provide this kind of automation? Or if we had Copilot as your personal assistant and we had agents just automating monotonous tasks that humans don't need to do. And that's tremendous time savings. So it gets to like task management, it gets to more time during the week. That's the conversation we need to be having.
Yeah.
I had one of my favorites recently, I think I shared this with you, is a major global kind of consulting firm said to me, we buy commodities, we build differentiated experiences for our users, for our customers, for our stakeholders, for our partners, for our dealers, for our salespeople. We build differentiated experiences. So what I took from that is CRM is necessary. CRM is a database that is a consumer of data, right? But the experience that you drive is what's most important for across all of your roles. And that experience should be tailored and custom and very specific to that type of role. From the field guy who's fixing a tractor to the salesperson who's going door to door visiting clients. That experience is driven by AI. That experience is driven by a two-way dialogue that's automated and simple and streamlined. And that's the new expectation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I'll expand on your field service story. We have a client right now that we're working with to re-engineer their processes. They've got techs that are out performing these actions. They're not overly computer savvy, and they're judged on, they're expected to fill their day knocking down work orders.
Yeah.
They don't have 10-minute gaps from one job to the next to go into an application and close things out. And as a result of that, they have 2 full-time people. All they do is monitor the work orders, fix things, all this stuff that fix the gaps, the holes, the variances, so that they can close and move on to be billed.
Yeah.
That's two salaries to do stuff that what you just talked about, the agents can do.
Yeah.
And that's what we're working towards with them, is that, hey, we're going to replace this. Now you've got 2 people that, no, you don't have to fire them. You can put them into something. Now they're freed up to actually add value to the organization, things that they would help move the organization forward.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. It ultimately, sometimes it'll turn to kind of a dark side of, well, agents can replace employees. That's not what we're saying. We're saying we can drive productivity in the business so employees can do more things within the business, can take on other roles, can drive capacity in an organization where they're needed, where they have a specialized skill set, where we can help them advance their career because they naturally fit within this part of the organization and they're really good at it.
Yeah.
And they should be in that role. And that's value add across the entire business.
Yeah.
And across the entire business, we're just going to drive some automation and productivity gains so everybody can be more successful at what they do. Ultimately, the customer's successful at what they do. They have better customer relationships. They have closer ties to their employees, closer ties to their dealers, their partners. it extends through their whole ecosystem. Yeah.
So if I'm a sales leader, I'm listening to this, like, what are some of the things I should start doing now, Drew, to really start engaging with AI, demystifying this within my own organization?
Well, I always like the concept of business and IT working together, because it's the decision-making process is often siloed within an organization, and that shouldn't be the way. Business and IT should work together to identify areas of opportunity for the business. If you're a salesperson or a sales leader, work with your IT counterparts to say, hey, these are the things that my users have come to expect in their personal life. I'd like to deliver those kinds of experiences within the business life so I can drive productivity. And work with your counterpart to explore ideas and maybe some of the challenges and overcome some of those obstacles and roadblocks. But work with your IT. Business and IT should work together as mutually beneficial stakeholders within the organization, so they can deliver a better outcome for their business. So get close with that. And you know what? The other thing is, go play with AI.
Yeah.
We all have apps on our phone. I have, Copilot, of course, but go play with GPT, go play with Gemini, go play with Claude, Anthropic, whatever it is. Go play with the various tools. And, I make a habit every morning, and even my entire team and leadership team, we get on Copilot every morning and try to stretch Copilot, try to, ask Copilot different types of questions to see if you can stump Copilot, to see if you can identify something new, or ask about the industry to help us be more informed about this upcoming customer conversation.
Yeah.
I use Copilot because I'm trying to learn Spanish. So sometimes I'll put Copilot in my ear and I'll just talk to Copilot in Spanish.
Yeah.
Just to as a personal thing.
Yeah.
So play with the tools. So to your question, business leader, go play with the tools.
Yeah.
Go understand the type of experience that it can drive. Work with your IT counterpart to try to drive that same type of experience, and get out of the mindset of legacy CRM. This is just the way it is. It's no longer the way it is.
Yeah.
There's a major shift going on. And if you're not taking advantage of this technology, your competitors will. They'll move faster than you. If you're a salesperson and you're not using Copilot to be better prepared for a meeting, your competitor that's selling against you probably is.
Yep.
And you're going to get outpaced.
Yeah.
I thought about it the other day. You and I have been around doing sales for a long time. Think about the account planning process. Think about big bet planning. Man, only a couple of years ago, I remember that process of, all right, I'm going to go on the internet to find, this is a publicly traded company, so I'm going to go to their earnings report. I'm going to find their 10K. I'm going to find out their corporate objectives. I'm going to go search this, find their corporate objectives within the 10K. Yep. I'm going to go find their board level leaders. I'm going to find their executive leader team. I'm going to swivel chair over to LinkedIn, and I'm going to start connecting some dots to see who at my organization knows this organization. And then I'm going to pull it all together into like a PowerPoint, so I can present my point of view on how Microsoft and this customer are going to do better together. Yeah. Think about how long, Chris, did that process take you?
Hours, days.
If not a week.
Yeah.
I would block off time in my calendar to do QBR presentations in hours each day to put together my PowerPoint. How crazy is that?
Yeah,
now
insane.
I can get all of that information right within Copilot.
Yeah.
And then I can have Copilot scour the internet to find all that information for me instantaneously.
Yeah.
I can have all of that information automatically updated in org charts and everything in my CRM.
Yep.
And then I can have Copilot, hey, you know what? Turn this into a PowerPoint presentation for a QBR.
Yeah.
And it elegantly brings it over for you.
Yeah, no, it's insane. one of the things that truly excites me as a consultant implementing CRM for companies around the world, it's something really basic. When we engage with when we're working with the sales team early on in the engagement, we want to understand what is your process around lead qualification,
Hmm.
and how everything. We want to know everything about how you guys qualify leads, and more often than not, it's the Wild West. It's truly
Yeah.
left up to the sales rep to determine how they're going to qualify leads. And so that really impacts your pipeline, because now how do I trust what's in my pipeline? Because if I have someone who's just, hey, I'm qualifying everything because I want to show that, hey, I've got a great pipeline and blah, blah, blah. And you have other people that, hey, I'm not going to qualify until I know it's going to close.
Hmm.
So I've got a super high close rate. How are you going to develop trustful decision making, and data analytics, and when you've got the Wild West?
Yeah.
What we're talking about, what Microsoft has in place right now with Dynamics is their lead qualification agent. It
Yeah.
can go out and scour the internet. It can scour LinkedIn. It can pull all this information together now on behalf of your sales team. Doesn't have to do that. That's all. And it's going to feed that to you to say, these are the leads you should be focused on based
Yeah.
upon what we're seeing in the data. Again, it's
Yeah.
coming back to data. We've got
Coming
to
back to
have
data.
good data in our CRM, or an agent that goes out can access all these other data sources to pull that in on
Yeah.
behalf of the sales rep. So now I'm focusing on the deals that truly can close. The qualification agent can actually do this for me, facilitate this, and if you could set it up to where they're qualifying on behalf of you and feed them right into your pipeline. Hey, this is a hot lead. Jump on it.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
I don't have to spend my time on this stuff.
not to mention it can look at CRM. It can uncover sentiment. It can
Yes.
uncover, since all the data lives on platform, it can actually uncover usage of the current that this customer has 95% of their users using this application on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So they have a high level of positive sentiment. So therefore the lead score goes up.
Yeah.
The likelihood to close, all of that pre-qualification should be done automatically.
Yes. I should be
If
spending my time on that stuff. That's not adding
no,
value.
no,
I'm a clerk.
it,
If that's what we're doing now, I'm kind of at a clerk level instead of a high level
mhm,
seller.
yeah, yeah. And then the right level of leads are coming to you.
Yeah.
The lower level of leads may be automated and may be being handled by an agent
Yeah.
just without any kind of human supervision.
Yeah.
And maybe they need further qualification. The customer needs to answer the right types of questions in the right way before it gets to a salesperson to work an opportunity.
Yeah.
That's the level. Just
Yeah.
I mean,
It can have it. The stuff that I'm seeing now is truly blowing my mind. So if I'm doing really, if I'm quoting, I can have agents that are watching my email. This customer
Mhm.
goes in, hey, can I get a quote on XYZ? You can have an agent that's going to interface with your CPQ tool,
Yeah,
follow all the rules of the CPQ tool, generate that quote, and in seconds, that customer's getting that email back with, here's your quote.
yeah,
Okay, can we change the configuration on this to be this and add two more of those in response to the email? Agents handling the whole thing.
yeah,
So now me as a seller, I can focus on the high level deals where I truly need to be engaged on, not the ones that are really straightforward. So think about that, hey, if I'm able to shift 40% of the workload off of my sellers into an agent to where they're doing a better job on the important deals, what's that going to impact on your close rate?
yeah.
What kind of impact is that going to have?
They're spending less time on the distractions, on the administration. They're
Yeah.
spending all of their time
Yeah.
on the highly strategic, critical must wins,
Yes.
the deals that just you have to beat your competitor. You have to show up well prepared. And now you can walk into every single meeting knowing everything about their organization in a matter of like a minute.
Yeah.
You have all of that.
Yeah.
And since the other great thing I was going to say is I spend all my day on these calls, and sometimes the calls start to blur together. When I next week at Thursday at 3:00 when I'm talking to Chris again,
Yeah.
I hit a button in Teams that says, prep me for this meeting. I can't remember what I talked to Chris about last week.
Yeah.
And it gives
Isn't
me
that crazy?
an instant prep. And it's just pulling that data from the platform, from Teams,
Right.
from Outlook, from CRM,
Right.
wherever it lives, and
Right.
it's immediately surfacing it. So I look informed and well prepared when I go
Yes.
talk to Chris about this very important opportunity that must close in quarter.
Yeah, I mean that's there today. That's the part that, but again, you have to connect it all together. You have to use it. It begins in, hey, I'm gonna record these meetings in Teams. I'm getting my transcript. I'm got the agents feeding that into CRM. So that now I've got good structured data in CRM, and my sales team didn't have to spend time doing it. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, so full circle back to the beginning of our conversation. I made a choice in my career to partner with an organization that truly harnesses the power of data across platform, because this is the way the world will work.
Yes.
And we don't need silos. We don't need integrations. We bring data on platform so we can drive these types of experiences and shift this mindset from hunting and pecking in CRM to having an experience with Copilot, with an agent, a dialogue to make me more productive at what I do on a daily basis, and therefore make me more successful, make the company more successful, make all the partners that I work with across the entire organization more successful. It all stems from, where does that data reside? Because that's how we're informed.
Yep.
And we have to have, so back to IT and business.
Yep.
The business stakeholder needs to be involved in these decisions because it's so critical to your organization.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to close out with that. I couldn't have said it any better. You summed it up perfectly, Drew. Hey, I really appreciate your time. I know how busy you are to come on Sales Lead Dog here and share all this really key insight with sales leaders around the world. Drew, again, thank you so much, and welcome to the Sales Lead Dog Pack.
Good to be here. Great to chat with you, Chris.
As we end this discussion on Sales Lead Dog, be sure to subscribe to catch all our episodes. On social media, follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Watch the videos on YouTube, and you can also find our episodes on our website at impellercrm.com/Sales Lead Dog. Sales Lead Dog is supported by Impeller CRM, delivering objectively better CRM for business, guaranteed.